Hello everyone, welcome back to another week in my life as an illustrator and an illustration student. So as I was explaining previously, it's now the final month of my master's degree, so I'm starting to feel a bit panicky and wondering if I'm going to actually get everything finished. But yeah, I've got a goal this week to finish the visual outcomes, because last week I wanted to get to the word count in the essay that we have to do, and I didn't do that, but I'm trying to stay positive and this week just focus on the actual illustrated parts, and then next week we'll get back to the essay. So yeah, today is Tuesday and I've just planned out my week here, so I'm just trying to balance having a part-time job and also working on my dream life, which is being a full-time illustrator. Yeah, so today I'm focusing on basically the 3D product that I want to make for my final outcome. So yeah, that's going to be a collectible figurine, and then I want to design the packaging for it, as well as some things that are going to be included inside the package. And yeah, so I thought I'd just give a quick overview of how we got here over the past month or so. So I started just by thinking about how to use simple shapes to build up these cute characters. So I just developed that through some different experiments. I was thinking about what actually makes a face look cute, and then I started coming up with these little set of characters. I was thinking about more shapes through collage, and then developing which characters I wanted to use. Then we had a bit of a kind of sidetrack into some 3D craft projects and thinking about shrines. Because I want to, the whole project and my research question is like how cute things can connect an audience to spirituality and kind of finding your personal values in life, and how cuteness isn't just like the aesthetics, it can also, like this silly lightheartedness can connect you to something deeper in life. So then in the last video I was showing how I've come to this final plan of what I want to create, and I was just refining how the character designs were looking. And then I actually took this bear and put it into Nomad Sculpt. So I've got that up here. Yeah, so that's the drawing from my sketchbook, and then I used that to model this just in this 3D software. So I was literally making it like that. Yeah, and this was kind of the second time I've actually used Nomad Sculpt, and I used a tutorial to help me, but I was really happy with how much I can do in it now. And then because I'm super lucky to have access to a 3D printer, so we were able to actually print him out, and it's so cool to now hold that in my hands when I was just making it digitally, and now it actually exists. So yeah, my boyfriend did a lovely little spray paint on there using his airbrush. Yeah, so I think today I'm actually going to fill in this colouring with some pens, just to finish that off. But then I was actually comparing it to some other figures I've got here, as well as the ones I made in clay. So this was air dry clay, and then we did some polymer clay. And then obviously the actual character design has developed quite a lot. But yeah, I'm thinking this is kind of a bit too small. So I was comparing to like this little Care Bear. It's kind of double the size. And also the baby version of Sylvanian Families. But then I also have these, I think they're called like Magic Mixies or something. And they kind of are the same size. So yeah, I was just considering what size I do want it to be. And then I don't think I will have time for this, but maybe in a few months I will come back to this idea that it would be cool to have something that they go inside. Say this is another Sylvanian Family figure, and it goes inside this whale. So I think I could actually quite easily design something like this and 3D print it, and then one of my own figures could like have something that they go inside. I thought that would be really cute, because that's kind of why I had these little pillows, because it's like that extra interactive element, and I put magnets in this one. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about today and this week, just refining this product idea as well as making the packaging for it. So yeah, I need to work on that today, and then probably on Thursday I will move to the things which are going inside the packaging, like the card, maybe a sticker, and then like a little guidebook which will have some extra things like pattern papers and prompts for journaling. Yeah, see, then I've just made a step-by-step plan here of what I'm going to try to do this week. But yeah, it's probably going to be a bit too much, and some of it will just come out in more of a prototype version, which is still fine to present in our final portfolio. So yeah, let's get on with that today. Okay, so I've added some details to this little bear now. I was using the Pigma Micron pens and also some Posca pens. I actually only have the pink and white. So yeah, I was just working with what I have. But yeah, it's a little bit messy, but I think it looks like it has a lot more character now. Yeah, and then I was just back in Nomad Sculpt, and I basically have removed this base part. It kind of looks a little bit weird. I was trying to smooth it out more, but it wasn't quite working. But yeah, we're just trying to just move ahead with stuff and not get too distracted now because of my deadline. And yeah, I sort of changed the body shape a little bit, so I feel like that's closer to this shape that I was creating here. And then I also added a tail, because I had forgotten about that. So there's a little tail now, and I was just going to try to just alter the shape of that a bit. So you use this thing here called the gizmo, and then you have to just move the different handles. So yeah, I'm still learning what each one does, but I think, see, that moves it so we can squish it with this one. I think my hand's in the way. See, that's squishing it, and then the arrow will move it. So yeah, it's like a bit too round there. Just flatten it a bit. I think that's a bit better. Maybe move it up a little bit. I think that's okay. I could just tweak stuff like this forever and ever. But yeah, whoops. So yeah, I'm going to get this printed out again at a slightly larger size, and then hopefully I can show you that on Thursday. But for the rest of today we're going to move on to the packaging, so we'll do that next. Okay, so I've now made a little prototype box here just from some thin card, and I based it off of this matchbox style, which it's like a cute little product I bought from someone at the London Illustration Fair. So she's called So What Shop, so I'll try to link that down below. But I really loved how she packaged her creations. Yeah, so it's basically their matchbox, but then she's put all her illustrations around it, and on the inside as well, which I really love. But then her main thing is actually crochet, so this little otter is inside, like that. So yeah, I just kind of took it apart a little bit here, so I could get my head around how that actually works. And then she just has some double-sided tape there. So yeah, that's what I was basing it off. It's kind of like a standard matchbox. So now I've got one, and I decided to do it in a square because the design I want on the front is going to be like the mosaic box that I made. And I thought that would be nice to just frame the character in the middle there. Yeah, so the character's going to be kind of displayed in this window, cut out of the box. But I don't know how it's going to be like held in place, because I guess in standard packaging, like in these Sylvanian families, it's that kind of like vacuum formed plastic to hold them in place. So I don't know if I could DIY that somehow. Or I've seen these things that people are using for jewellery packaging now, where it's like soft plastic but there's a hard shell around the outside and you sort of sandwich it and it holds the jewellery in place. So maybe it could work for this. Yeah, so I need to work that out, and then I basically need to get the measurements for this box and put it into Illustrator or Photoshop. I'm not sure which one would be best, because I'm still kind of a beginner in all of that Adobe software. Yeah, and then I'm going to try to put the mosaic heart on the front, and then on the back there'll be like a little guide of the other characters in the series. But yeah, it's not going to be blind box style, because you'll be able to see which one you're getting. So I think that's a nicer way, you know, for people to make sure that they can get the ones they want without getting duplicates, which is just annoying. I think I might do blind box style things in the future, maybe like for badges or keyrings, just something that doesn't matter if you don't have the whole series. But for these I want it to be a collection where someone will want to have one of each from the whole series. And then, because I was doing that mirror mosaic in the back of the heart mosaic box, I've got some silver card here, so I thought that could be a nice easy solution to put on the back of the box there. So that's what I'll put on the back. I know what I'm doing with the front and the back on the outside. I'm not sure what to do with the sides yet, but hopefully all the other things that are going to go inside the package, I want to make some like pattern designs for them and other illustrations, so hopefully I can repurpose them all and not make too much work for myself. But anyway, it's pretty much the end of today, and I'm quite tired anyway. I don't really know why, but I think I'll stop for now. I might post a couple of things on Instagram actually. But then on Thursday we will do some experiments on the computer putting together the design for this box, and then hopefully start designing all of the other bits that are going to go inside, like the little character guide and a collectible card that will go along with it. So yeah, I'll see you on Thursday.